Good morning. Oh my goodness. I have so many stories I want to tell you. Happy Friday. Love it. Do a little this. It's laundry day, so I'm wearing apparently teal, blue, and orange. Yeah, cerulean. Cerulean blue. Um, just in case you catch that reference. So I'm a couple of minutes late this morning because I've decided to walk somewhere new today, but I also feel like with the lack of trees, it's super windy. So let me know, let me know if you're finding it hard to hear me because the wind is so strong. And this morning, I got my puppy with me, so we're just checking out a new place. And if I had this thought, it was a very humbling thought, picking up dog poop. Like, we are not the top of the food chain, y'all. We, until I have someone walking around behind me. No, I'm half kidding. But like, isn't it interesting? I always think pet ownership is such an interesting thing in that, of course we take care of our pets and like scooping, like walking around behind them, picking up their poo. It just seems such an odd thing to me. But yeah, I am not the one in charge over here, if you know what I'm saying. So good morning. Just a little snapshot into my day, into my life. And this morning we are talking every Friday on 10-minute morning mindset. We're going to do Finance Friday anyway, and really just talk about our money mindset because it's definitely, when we talked about emotional triggers last week, money can certainly be a real heavy hitter on the emotional triggers perspective. So this week, by default, not by planning, it was really a week about what happens when we're, face down in the arena, as Brene would put it. And those moments where, we show up, and I feel like I've said this a few times this week and it's worth repeating, but, if we're brave enough often enough, we're going to get our ass kicked. We're going to feel the feels. We're going to fall down. And we're going to be face down in the arena one time. And how do we build our resiliency? How do we rise strong, as Brene would say, but how do we get back up again? I feel like this is loud. Maybe that's better. So how do we get back up again? Let's try walking this way. That's better. Okay. So, and the same thing goes with money. Like when we're in our money, let's just say, things have happened and we're not where we want to be with it, or something happened and we had an unexpected hit to our savings, or we had to put something on credit, or any of those things. Like, the way I think about it is like this. Okay, I'm working on my money mindset, just like my mindset, and I'm paying attention, and I've done a budget, and I'm focusing on what's working, and I'm noticing all my feelings about money and all of those things. And then all of a sudden, something goes sideways. So I have a trigger, or I have a real expense that was out of the blue, unexpected. And now all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel the emotions, the guilt, the shame that has traditionally come up for me in the past. And all of a sudden, I'm face down in it again. How then do I start to work on my resilience and start to rise back up from the stumble or the trip or the fall that can come around with it? And, just like I've been saying this week, going, what are some steps we could be doing? And the first step is to say, oh, here I am. And I know I said this at the end of last week, but it's going like, oh, how do we start to look forward to these moments where we go, oh, I've got more to learn. There's some more things here for me that I get to work on, focus on, grow in, because it's never ending. And the thing, I can't remember if I shared this or not, but what I really want to say is, I remember the moment that I was like, oh, wait, this is never going to stop. I haven't been like, oh, my mindset, check, I'm done. It's always this work in progress, and things are always going to happen and come up, and we're going to feel a way about them, whether it's frustration or um, just crappy about it. So the thing I just really, I was going crazy. So when it comes to money, what can we do when we're feeling that way? So much like our mindset, it's about noticing it. It's about giving ourselves grace and without judgment, which can be sometimes the hardest thing of them all. And how I work on that is just noticing that I'm judging myself in the first place and say, okay, how can I be more kind? What would I say to a friend? What would a friend say to me? And practice that like a muscle. And then the next thing I really work on doing is going like, maybe I can reach out for help. What kind of support do I need? Who do I need to talk to around this? And then also too is going, how do I get back into this practice of focusing on my money, being focusing on what's working? Because the one thing I really notice can happen very quickly is we start to get an idea of our money, and we'll start to say, oh, I'm in lack, I'm in scarcity, I'm not doing what I want to be doing, I'm not abundant. And we start to focus our attention on all the things that aren't working. Oh, I screwed up again, or I did this wrong, or oh, I'm right back where I started. And instead of, how can we look at it as an opportunity to start again? How do we look at it as an opportunity to build our resilience, refresh ourselves, and give ourselves grace and truly give ourselves some credit to say, this is a process. Our mindset, we've been working on our mindset our whole life, since about the age of 4 or 5, when our beliefs first started coming into our experience. So whatever stories we learned then have been with us for me, like 39 years, 40 years. So I can't expect I'm going to just undo all the mindset in 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. And instead, I get to be graceful and say, look how far I've come. At least I'm paying attention. At least I'm making an effort to be mindful and present and diligent about what I'm noticing in my mindset and how I'm improving it. Even if it's little by little, even if it's just 10 minutes every single day that I'm working on my mindset, because all of that starts to add up over time and it adds up quickly. So if you don't have a money mindset practice already, what I'm doing, I'll invite you to do what I'm doing. It's nothing big. Every Friday, I sit down with an accountability partner and we talk about money for half an hour. And I will tell you one thing, I hated it in the beginning. I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing to do on a Friday morning, but every Friday I'm looking forward to it. And what I'm noticing is, even though week to week I don't really feel a large improvement, over the period of time that we've been doing this, I feel major improvements with how I'm thinking about it. And the other thing I do, or I'm committed to doing, is I have a budget that I'm following. I'm giving myself grace, and I'm also looking at my bank accounts every day, and I'm saying how grateful I am when I look at them. And every time I spend money, I say, there's more where that came from. Because it's true. It's not finite. It's infinite. So, okay, that's what I got for you today. I hope this is supportive. I know money is a real hot button issue. We all want to know more about it. We all want to be better with it, and we don't really talk about it. Again, like, it's definitely a societal thing, and we just get to work on being uncomfortable, being in the space, holding the space, and talking about the uncomfortable stuff. So, whew, I hope you're having an amazing Friday, and I will see you back on Monday and with another 10-minute morning mindset on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Bye.